I'm sure that you will see lots of loving tributes to moms everywhere these next few days leading up to Sunday. However, wait a minute, you guys. I gotta stop there because this is quite good. Well, you guys will see. So an op-ed in the Salt Lake Tribune questions if women without children should be included in those message. So Damian Anderson in her column, and I quote, "Please stop trying to include women without children on Mother's Day," who says that people need to stop sending childless women message like, "We appreciate everything that you do for our kids and happy Mother's Day." Okay. Any moms watching out there agree with me on that? You guys let us know. So they hope that these message, while well-meaning, are actually problematic because it sends the message that for women to feel good about themselves and their place in the world, and they need to be nurturers or mothers. So I need to ask Bry'Neir and TJ this, okay? So do you agree that Mother's Day, this is probably another debate we're going to see. Do you guys agree that Mother's Day should really just be for moms only? Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
No.
Excuse me?
What? Listen. Mother's Day can be for your mama, your grandmama, auntie, all of that. And
if they're mothers, if they're mothers. No, I'm Bry'Neir.
Here's why. Let's listen. Just listen.
Okay, but I don't agree. But go ahead.
Bias right here. All right. But listen. The reason why I said that is because oftentimes, your mothers are always overfilled with taking care of just children, their own children, right? You often realize that you always have support from other people, like your aunties and your grandmas, right? Y'all act like y'all don't be with your grandmas and aunties all the time either.
Mothers, if they're mothers, Bry'Neir.
If their mothers are children, yes, that too. You don't understand it.
Yes, I'm understanding, but I'm saying, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm saying no. Mother's Day is only for mothers only. If you're not a mother, stay out of it. You don't get no message. You don't get none of that because it is just for mothers only. We need to appreciate our mothers because they sacrifice everything for us. I'm sorry, I just gotta say that Mother's Day is only for mothers only. If you're not a mother, stay out of that lane. Stay out of that lane.
I get that. But what if your mother is not here? And what do you lean on that? That's what I'm saying. Like, what if your mother and everybody isn't around often? Then you have to go to your grandmother. Do you see them as a mother's figure? Or if you have to go to an auntie, you see them as a mother's figure.
I understand that. I understand that.
As well.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about no. I'm talking about people out there, women out there who are not mothers. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
So you're saying, let me cut you off. So you're saying if an auntie or a grandma don't have no kid, they don't count?
No, because they're not mothers, right?
Okay, so what if my aunties or what if my grandmother had actual kids? Would that count as well?
They're mothers, right? They're mothers,
yes.
Right?
Thank you.
That ties into that. But I'm talking about women out there who are not mothers at all, who don't have children.
Oh yeah,
should they be getting these messages?
Yeah, that's the thing you've been talking about.
Right. That's what we're talking about, Bry'Neir. Where are you at?
Did you read the article? Did you listen to
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But when you're saying
because
mothers only, you kind of just X out your other motherly figures in your life. That's basically what I'm saying.
No. This is what he's saying. He's saying that you should celebrate anybody who's a mother, which is your grandmother who's
of course.
Yes. If your auntie's a mother,
absolutely.
Celebrate your auntie.
Yes,
absolutely. Cousin is a mother. Yeah. But people who are not mothers, like us. Well, of course. Well, that's a bad example.
Yes. It really is a bad example.
Yeah, because we're men.
Mother. Yeah, but
Yeah,
also,
but what I'm saying is, like, why attack me when I'm saying because other people can
you
see
didn't
them as
understand
other
what we
people.
were saying.
Right.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying, but you just made it X out everybody else.
No. I was only talking about women who are not mothers. Should they be included into that?
No,
I'm saying no.
absolutely.
That's what we're saying.
Absolutely
No,
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
like you're not getting a Mother's Day gift.
Now-
you're not getting a message.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I'm going to flip the script now, okay?
Here we go. Always got to flip the script.
Because I want to be a father one day, okay? So let's flip it around.
Father's Day next month.
Yeah. So let's say, for Father's Day, should it only be for fathers only?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I can't make an exception.
Oh dear.
What if hold on. Because some people don't have fathers.
Right, Bry'Neir,
right? But
here we go.
But listen though.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Listen though. No, here we go. Just listen.
We're listening.
Certain people value people more than how they're seen. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
No. Y'all just like, nah, he about to talk a storm. What I'm saying is,
yeah, you kind of are.
Like, some people. What?
Continue.
You asked my opinion.
Continue. Yeah, because Bry'Neir, finish your thought. Just finish your thoughts.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
That's what you get working with me now.
Anyways, what I'm trying to say is,
Happy Mother's Day.
Many people sometimes don't have those main ones of their own, where they often look at other people as a figure. That's what I'm trying to mention here.
Okay.
So,
but if they're fathers, though, that's the thing.
Mothers
if they're
too.
Fathers, though, they have to be fathers, and for women, they have to be mothers.
Wait,
if
look,
not,
they're physically not a father, if they're a figure to that person.
Wait, look, I know.
They treat them as a. I believe biologically.
Hold on.
They don't have to be yours.
Hold on.
Biologically.
I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying. If you, because I have one of my cousins who their mother is deceased and their father is just not around, and they looked to my great grandmother as their mother figure.
Thank you.
She's a mother though. But you're saying if you have a say you have an uncle laying around and you don't have your father around, and you look to your uncle as that father figure, but he does not have kids.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
No.
I feel like they don't have to be biologically like that. It depends. No. It doesn't have to be biological. It often has to be how well they treat you, how well they care for you.
I feel like then at that point, if they're not biologically your father or mother, then, and if you feel like that they have been there your whole way to be your mother figure or your father figure, then I feel like then you can go ahead and celebrate them on Father's Day or Mother's Day because, they were there.
He raised 4 other kids that wasn't biologically his, whose parents either died or did other stuff that wasn't in their children's life. He picked up those children, and raised them as their own. They still celebrate him as their father. And he still ended up having a biological son. I'm saying, if he didn't have a biological son, would that still matter how well that person has treated and took care of that child?
Yeah, I get that, but I think that Damian and we were talking about something different.
I know, but I'm still. I know, but I'm saying though, like, figure-wise, would that still matter?
I think so. Yeah. Because what we are saying is, if your auntie not taking care of nobody, don't have no kids, not doing nothing, then that ain't no Mother's Day worthy celebration.
No.
But if your mother,
around doing nothing, no.
Yeah. if she's been there, you know, like over 5 years, 10 years, and she's been there, and you see her as your mother figure, then yes, go ahead and celebrate her for Mother's Day.